welcome back to another episode of Mean Girl Pod Season 2. Yay! We're going to have to say that for every single night.
What?
We're going to have to say that for every single night.
Yes, we are. It is Season 2, forever.
Yeah.
Till death do us part.
Oh, we're getting married?
Are you?
Shut up.
Speaking
Speaking of that, well, let's talk about last night.
Okay, great.
We have some similar faces from last night. So thank you guys for coming. If you're a repeater, we appreciate that.
Yes, we sure do.
That's very nice.
I get nervous every time I get up here. It's like the only time I just said this and I didn't know I thought this, but I was like, we're podcasters, not public speakers. And I was like, the only time I've ever been like a public speaker is at like a wedding. And then I get up here and I get nervous for the first 10 minutes.
Just look at me in the eyes.
I'm clearly just looking at you.
Which is so funny because when I think of you, one, I have never seen you nervous in my entire life. And two, you're the best public speaker I've ever. I've seen you in so many meetings over the past 2 weeks, and I'm like, you're just like an expert.
Okay, I'll get over it. That helped. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
okay.
also why I don't look at the audience because they make me nervous.
We're both like piercing each other's eyes. Here, I'll go over there.
We had like a call
guys.
this morning with Mim, who's like helping us just pull this whole thing together. And we're like, so do we look at the audience? Do we have to look at the audience, or can we just look at each other? And he's like, try to look at the audience.
You could engage with them if you want.
Like, no.
I'll pick some
okay.
eye contact people. She's
Yeah.
like, not me, please.
Your
Hi,
mom.
I mean, you're easy, Mom.
She's a safe space.
She is a safe space.
Yeah, we have a few safe space people here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so how was last night for you? How did you feel?
I blacked out. Not from alcohol.
Oh yeah, we didn't have our liquor license last night, so you definitely did not black out.
No, you know how like when you have an important interview or you just like public speak in college, you just don't remember anything that happened?
Yes.
That's how last night was for me. I woke up this morning and I was like, I don't really even remember being on stage.
Oh, that's so funny. Do you think you'll remember tonight?
I hope so. Tonight's a special night, so I hope so.
I'm the most excited for tonight.
I'm most excited for
That's not nice if it's Thursday. Assault. Tonight's gonna be so exciting because we've been living under kind of like a rock and we've been holding our personal lives and we haven't said it. And tonight's your night to really like divulge everything.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I'm excited. I feel like I've been kind of living, not like a double life for the past few months, but I feel like I've had to be cautious about what I post on social media.
You really took this podcast and the podcast listeners on a roller coaster for the first 85 episodes because you were the single one. And my mom submitted a question that we'll do later, but I thought it was actually really good. How many people, have you kissed previously, like in season 1? And I thought, what a good question that was.
Alex.
Frogs.
We haven't even announced.
No, I'm just asking in season 1, how many do you think you kissed?
Oh.
I wasn't.
I'm pleading the 5th.
No?
Wait, like actually?
Not frogs, like.
Well, I know what you mean.
Oh.
Obviously, you mean boy or men, not boys. I don't know. Like, I've dated a lot of really horrible people, but I don't know. Give or take.
Throw a number out
3.
there. 3 or 4. I was gonna say 4. But you were thinking 3. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 3.
Okay, cool.
But we have to announce why we're doing this episode.
Right now?
Yeah, we have to start with it.
Okay, let's lead with it. Lead from the front. You go. You say it.
It's so crazy.
Because I think it's so crazy because really we did do 85 weeks and you never said these words.
I know, and I think a lot of people on the podcast thought I was never going to say these words.
It's okay.
But you guys, it's official. I finally have a boyfriend.
A real boyfriend! Yay!
I can't look at anyone in the audience.
I know, you're like, I know.
But that's why it's so special because the listeners of the podcast have truly been with us for this entire ride of every single date I've been on, every single person I've not every single person I've kissed, but like we've talked about it all, the good, the bad, the ugly. And I feel like when I'm announcing this, I'm telling all of my friends that I have a boyfriend the people who
Right.
are listening and people who are in the room tonight too.
Yeah, like you finally, and you know what? It was so funny because a lot of times we wouldn't talk about our lives until we got in the room to record. Because the couple times that we did do that, we would like text each other, and then we would get in there and we'd be recording, and it would sound like scripted almost. So we were like, so our saying became save it for the pod.
Mm-hmm.
So every time you would tell me something, it was like for real the first time I was finding out about it. And I just remember, I'm just playing something through my head right now, just sitting there thinking, there's no way that you went, like some of the guys you went on these dates with, like you went through it.
Oh yeah. I dated all types of men, swindlers, furniture, club rats.
The guy that my favorite one was the one that lost his wallet.
The swindler, which we never talked about in the podcast before, but maybe we will now. The Southern swindler.
We want to tell it right now?
That whole story?
No, just like the top line.
That I allowed a guy to take over $600 from me?
No, this guy lost it. He lost his wallet. He left it on the car. It was odd that he prefaced, like, that he led with that it was a Gucci wallet, like kind of an irrelevant detail, but relevant when you realize. And he drove off and it fell off the car. And Jordan was, with him that weekend. And so he had Jordan pay for everything.
I'm glad your mom thinks that's funny.
It took him like 4 months to pay
Oh,
back.
yeah. No, and all my friends were like, have you gotten your money back yet? And I'm like, I will.
He did payment plans.
Oh, yeah, I had him on a payment plan.
He
Yeah.
would text him.
I got $30 every 2 weeks. It was great. It was awesome. And it took about, 4 months and I finally got my last Venmo.
He went into 7-Eleven. He's like, I need to get some dip. Can I have your card? And she was like, they take Apple Pay. And he's like, yeah, I canceled all my cards.
Yeah. Who introduced me to this person?
I had a mutual friend with them. But
Yeah.
I told you I didn't have his phone number in my phone. No, I said I can't vouch for him. I just can show you a photo of him, and I don't have his phone number in my phone. So it's not like I didn't say he was good.
You were at a crawfish
Boil.
Whatever you
him.
do in the South with him. And you're like, yeah, you should message Jordan. You seem like a nice guy.
I didn't know he was going to lose his Gucci wallet
Yeah.
and not pay you.
The more you know, the more you learn.
He drank 5 drinks to your like 1 at that dinner.
Yeah, and I put my card down. Yeah.
Have his.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones.
But we've grown from then.
We have.
Yes.
We sure have. I just wish your boyfriend could have come tonight.
You're not funny, Alex. You're just being mean. Just wait till Thursday.
You literally can't do this back to me.
I know.
Can we go down the path of like...
Yeah. I think we should go down memory lane. We should go through some dating, the whole shebang.
All right, so...
Because we really haven't talked about any of this for the past 3 months.
Right.
Yeah. We have to fill everyone in on the time that we didn't really talk about our lives.
So let's start with when you met boyfriend.
Yes.
And how you met him. Let's take a moment now to pause and thank our sponsors, because this show is brought to you by BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. Give online therapy a try at betterhelp.com/meangirl and get yourself on your way to being your very best version of you. You guys know Jordan and I talk about it all the time. We are huge proponents of therapy. And why are we? What's your favorite part?
All of it. Without therapy, I would not be the best version of myself on a daily basis. It has helped me through every single part of my life, especially during these massive transitions of getting a new job, changing my relationship status.
So many sleepless nights.
I can say that.
Yes,
boyfriend.
that's right. And the thing about therapy is you don't ever think you need it in the good times, but that's not true. You need therapy all the time. It is so helpful. Do you ever just find that as you're trying to fall asleep, your brain suddenly starts going? That's when you need therapy, and therapy can be so helpful. And it turns out one great way to make those racing thoughts go away is to talk through them, and that's why BetterHelp is the best. So we have both obviously benefited so greatly from therapy, and whether you've been to therapy or not, give BetterHelp a try. So if you're thinking about giving therapy a try, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. It's the best part.
All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire, get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch at any time for no additional charge. Get a break from your thoughts with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/meangirl today for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/meangirl.
Yeah, so if you listen to the podcast, I think I said it 15,000 times that I never wanted to meet anybody on a dating app. I was like, it's not for me. I need to meet someone in a cool way, blah, blah, blah. Like, I want it to be serendipitous. I want to have like that meet cute. And then through a lot of therapy, through a lot of reading, I was like, you know what? We don't need that. So I'm going to go back on the apps. And I met him on Hinge, of course.
Right. Okay. So you meet him on Hinge, and what did you like? What caught your eye on Hinge about him? Do you remember? Or were you just like swipe happy and then it happened later?
Honestly, so it's funny. I don't think I've ever told him this before, but my therapist used to tell me never message people on Hinge that don't have very in-depth prompts because it means they didn't put a lot of effort into their prompts. And he didn't put a lot of effort into his prompts. But that day, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put myself out there. I'm trying to go on more dates. And he was cute.
You know what? This is one thing about you. You would have hermit times where you would go on no dates.
Yeah.
And then you would come out and then you'd be like an active dater.
Yeah.
So were you at this phase, are you coming out of that or are you in the middle of active dating?
I was going into active dating.
Okay, so
it was summer.
Okay, so then
Yeah.
always when you come out. Okay, so you're coming out and then you're like, I'm gonna message
I'm a turtle.
You're a hermit crab. Yeah. You're gonna come out and then you messaged him and you were like, hey, what's up? Did you message him first? Do you have to on Hinge? No, that's Bumble.
No, I matched with him, but he messaged me first.
Do you know what he said?
I mean, yeah, I have all the messages saved.
Was it like a hey or was it like a hi, how are you? I want to take you on a date.
Well, it was funny because he told me this later. So apparently he like swiped yes to me, but then he deleted a Hinge before I saw him. And then he rejoined and the algorithm like popped him back into my feed. And then I was like, oh, he's cute. So I matched with him and then he messaged me first.
Okay.
And it was just like a simple hi. It was kind of like a I don't want to say like douchey. It was like like
a synonym for that.
What's charming-ish? Like like you're like, oh, he's kind of
suave.
Sure. But he like caught my attention because I was like, interesting. I'm gonna see what this is all about.
Okay.
He's making fun of one of my prompts.
Coy?
No.
Douchey, charming.
Shitheadish.
Okay.
Yeah,
like a little F-boyish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was intrigued. I was like, oh, okay, interesting.
Okay, so you had an eyebrow lifted.
Yeah.
And so he was like, hey, and you were like, hot.
Yeah. So then we started messaging. I was moving during this time, and you know how I was.
That is like a normal person's equivalent of like tax day.
No, like I love my mom. I love that Kim's giving us some comic relief.
That's my mom, and she's laughing at every. They're not even
appreciate
jokes, but thank you, Mom.
I don't know. We need to get those cannabis drinks back out so the crowd loosens up. I thought the alcohol would help them tonight.
Nope. Okay, tough crowd.
Oh my God. No, so what happened was I was moving, so I was just a mess.
We've never known if we were funny because we've never had an audience.
I know. Well, I heard some laughs last night.
Somebody laughed just then.
Whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, so anyways, I was moving, which I was a mess. Like it was like the worst 2 weeks of my life. And we were messaging. He's like, do you want to go out? And I was like, I can't this day. Do you want to go out? I think I was like on a Sunday. And he's like, I'm going to Hawaii. So he's like, when I get back, I'll message you. You know me, how anal I am.
I was going to say, because one time somebody did say that they would message you later and then they didn't. And then you, Okay, so with JORDYN, the way it goes is if you're like, would you like to hang out? She's like, yes, Sunday 2 to 4 or 3 Thursdays from now, 1 to 5. Like she's got it blocked. She's a calendar girl.
Color coordinated
calendars. And so he knew that and he's like the same or he was a planner.
So he does, yeah, he is a planner. Like he was very good about being like, hey, do you want to get drinks on Thursday? And I was like, Thursday doesn't work. Do you want to do Wednesday? And he was like, I can't, I'm going to, or that doesn't make sense because it's backwards. He was like, it was like a different day. And he was like, I was like, this day? And he's like, I'm actually going to be in Hawaii. So I was like, okay, cool. He's like, I'll message you when I get back. I'm a very like, I need to plan days in advance what I'm doing. So I didn't hear from him. He was like, I'm coming back on Sunday. It was like Sunday. And I was like, I haven't heard from him. So I'm just going to message him. I was like, whatever. I'm just going to go for it.
Okay.
So I messaged him and he was like, oh, I was thinking about texting you today. And then he planned the date.
Okay. And what was the first date?
We went to a bar in my neighborhood, which was really nice because it was like walking distance from me. Like, I mean, we live in New York, but it was like 2 feet from me.
And he knew that? Or was that random?
I think he probably knew that because of my location on Hinge.
Oh, okay. So he picked a spot near you. You walked there.
Yeah.
And then the first time you saw him in person, you felt...
Oh, you know, the day we had the date was after we spoke at Hannah Eve's event.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. Okay. So you were kind of already like...
I was like wired from that.
Yeah, there was like adrenaline.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to the date and then you see him in person and he's what? Taller than you thought, cuter than you thought, nicer than you thought.
He was very cute. Yes.
Is this happy hour or dinner?
a happy hour?
Okay, so it's like what, 5, 6 o'clock?
It was at 6:30.
6:30?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going for drinks only.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he was very cute, very nice, so the thing about him is, you know how I've gone on a lot of dates with guys and they kind of are like pretend they don't know what we did when we worked at Barstool and then later on you like look at their Instagram and they follow like every single person at Barstool.
Mhm.
He was like very
That's like always a good one.
I just loved your mom's laugh. He was very forward about like knowing who I was, but didn't make it like weird or like he was just like, yeah, I've seen your clips. That's cool.
Okay, but not an avid podcast listener, but he would see the clips.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so was the first date, did you like him instantly or were you like, I don't know yet?
I mean, I like really have worked on not liking anybody instantly when I go on dates with them because it's like, how could you? You know this person for like 4 minutes.
Mhm.
So I just like had a guard up and I was like, I'm gonna get to know this person. But we bopped around to another place, stayed out to like midnight, I think, had a lot of drinks. It was great.
Okay, so the first date was perfect. Or great.
It was good.
It was good. Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay, so then the next day, did you guys
But
like...
I was moving.
Oh, right. So
I was
we
stressed out.
Didn't even care. Yeah, because you were just like, when you're moving, you are one track minding.
That night after our date, I got the lease signed to my apartment.
Oh, so it
Yeah.
was meant to be.
Yeah.
So then what happened? Like, do you guys text a lot or you like wait a week to go on another date? What happens?
So I think the whole moving thing was to my advantage because it was distracting. So I wasn't obsessing over if he was going to text me or not. So if anyone's going on dates, like just have something really stressful going on in your life. Because like I didn't think about it. I was like, I have to move. I have to get furniture. I have to deal with like movers. I have my mom coming. I was so overwhelmed that I couldn't even think about anybody texting me. If my phone was going off, I was like throwing it at the wall because I was so stressed.
Okay, right. So you were occupied.
Yeah, but so what happened was, remember that time that I told you that you can actually see what people edit their text to be?
Yes.
So, you know how I get a little happy when I drink?
Yeah.
Like usually like, how's the date? And I'm like, it was great. He's my ex-husband. The next day I was like, yeah, it's fine. Whatever. I'll probably never see him again.
I have so many texts from this one being like, I love him and he's the one. And the next morning she's like, that was like such a silly text message to me and I never want to talk to him again. And I'm like, oh, you just let me know where we are. Well, I'm in. I'm good.
So that night, he walked me home because we were like in my neighborhood.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
Did he kiss you on night 1?
No.
Okay.
And I just like I'm just awkward. I'm always awkward. So he was like, I would like to see you again. And I was like, yeah, but I have to move. So I don't know the next time.
I need people to, we need to like double click on this moving thing. Like it's not a normal like brain moving. Like you're so like.
I was in my therapist's office crying.
like
I'm not kidding. I was literally like, I've never been this stressed in my entire life. I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And she's like, you're moving. Like, you're going to be fine. I'm like, I'm not going to be fine.
I'm not okay. That's where your brain was at.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't find you or hear from you or, like, anything.
Yeah. So he literally was like, I would love to see you again. I was like, yeah. And I, like, stumbled over my words. And he assumed, like, I never wanted to see him again, which any normal person would. And so I was like walking up and I got the lease signed. Like as I'm walking the door, I get an email from the landlord being like, you and your roommate were approved for this apartment. And you know, like that feeling when you finally get your lease signed in New York City, like you're on top of the world.
That's like somebody getting like their actual dream job.
You won the lottery.
For you, yes.
I had a place to live.
Perfect.
So I was so happy. So I texted him and I was like, sorry, I acted like so weird. I've been really stressed about this move. Like it was like a very long text. And I was like, I had so much fun tonight. I really want to see you again. And then I like get up to like my apartment. I'm like, oh my God, like what am I doing? That sounds so needy and like happy and aggressive. I'm like, that's way hard to get. So I literally erased the text. And I was like,
but did you edit it? Like you already sent it.
I edited it. And I think all I said was like, I got my lease back or something. I don't remember what it was. It was like 3 words.
Okay.
And in my head, I'm like, he'll never see that. It's fine.
Okay, okay. So when you send the text message, it's already sent. Like this might confuse you, but like once you've already sent it, then you can go back and click edit and then retype it. There's a way you can swipe up and see the original text. Right?
Yeah.
So like he could see what she really said and then changed it to like 1 line.
Yeah, so be careful. If you're trying to be like sneaky, no, you can see the text.
You sent like a multiple and then you're like, nah, it's all good.
Also, if you're on your computer, you can see deleted text still, and the edited text will pop up no matter what on your computer.
That's
so nobody's safe.
Nobody. I know.
Yeah.
Awful.
So just don't even delete the text. It's not even worth it. So I thought I was like in the clear. I was like, yeah, I played that off cool. Like he thinks I'm just like a cool, chill girl, whatever. I didn't even say like I had fun. I just signed the lease and I was happy. He told me like after I think like a month and a half dating, he goes, I have to tell you something. Oh. Yeah. So he did see it. He was like, yeah. So he thought I didn't like him because he was like, I don't know what this girl's doing. Why is she playing like mind games with me? Like she wrote this like really nice text and deleted it. It makes no sense. But yeah, I'm like, now that he knows me, he's like, that makes sense.
Not a podcast listener. You didn't know. Like
fits the bill. I'm crazy. But he ended up texting me the next day or like, I think just to be like, how was your move? And then we scheduled a date for like the following week, like a second date.
Mm-hmm. And that went well.
Yeah, it went well. I had like a friend's birthday dinner that night. He walked me to it. He like briefly met a few of my friends when he said goodbye to me. And then...
Oh, how was that? How was like meeting the friends?
It was like so quick because he like dropped me off at a birthday dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, we walked in. I don't even remember. It was like that.
What did you initially like about him? Like what was like the thing that kept drawing you to him?
So I think I made it pretty known from the beginning, like I'm very busy. I need a set plan. I need to know like far in advance. Like if you want to spend time with me, you have to tell me like a week in advance, like when you want to do something. And he was very good about that. Like he listened to me. Mm-hmm. And we talked about that on the podcast a lot. Like if you have expectations for someone, you have to let it be known. You have to communicate those to that person. And if they don't follow through, like they're not worth your time. But I told him what I needed and he fully like delivered on a silver platter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So that really was what it was. Like you felt like he was, because that's your thing.
Yeah.
It's like and I'm bad at it, but I had to learn it with you too. Like schedule your time.
Yeah.
So from the beginning, he was good about that.
Yeah. And also too, like I think it was a very busy time for me because I was moving, like I've stated. And it's like, if you wanted to hang out with me, like you had a plan a little far in advance. So he was very intentional about it. He'd be like after we got done hanging out, I knew the next time I was going to see him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When was the first kiss?
The third date.
Okay. What did we do on the third date?
He came over to my new neighborhood because I had just moved.
Because you moved in. You actually in. And wait, is this when he brought you the housewarming gift?
He did, yeah.
Oh, this made you happy. Okay, let's talk about that. So you'd moved into the apartment, monumental day, and then he brought you a housewarming gift.
Well, he didn't come over the day I moved into my apartment.
I mean, you never allow that to happen.
I always didn't allow him to come in the day he came. So I was like, it's not ready yet. It's not even close to being ready. You can't just come into my apartment. But I did.
It's nice of you to let your guard down.
And he brought me a housewarming gift, which was very sweet.
A wine?
It was a bottle of wine and a candle.
And a candle.
Yeah.
It was very thoughtful.
Yeah.
Okay.
And those are like the little things that I started to really appreciate. Like he was going above and beyond and doing more than anyone else has ever done that I dated. Mm-hmm. And like that's what guys need to hear, like, or girls, like doing a little bit more if you like somebody. Because if it's reciprocated, like they're not going to think it's weird or too much.
I do feel like when we were 20 to 25, you could just like go out and like date somebody socially.
Yeah.
And like the older you get, I feel like there is a place for just like a little bit more thoughtful moves. And then, like, and that can like set the pack apart.
Well, yeah, it's like, how are you going to set yourself apart from the rest? Like, everyone's always like, there's so many fish in the sea. There's so many people in New York to find. Like, it's so hard to, like, everyone's always looking for the next best thing. Well, it's like, then do something that's a little different than everyone else so you stand apart from everyone else.
Yeah, and that was really thoughtful that he did that.
And, like, I think every single person here can be like, well, I've gotten the ick if this person did this. It's like, okay, but if you really like someone, the ick's not going to happen.
Did you ever get the ick with him early on and think I'll power through? Like, not once?
Not once.
Okay, so you have the first kiss at your apartment on date 3.
It was not at my apartment.
Oh,
Alex.
but he came to your apartment on date 3?
Well, he just came and like picked me up.
Oh, and
essentially, like,
dropped it off.
Yeah.
Okay, and then where'd you go? What'd you go do?
We like bopped around to a bunch of bars. We went to this dive bar and became very good friends with the bartender. He gave us some shots, and then that's on the third date. I finally got my kiss on the third date.
Okay, I like that. And was the kiss good?
Are you concerned that it was on the third date?
Yes, I would like to double click on that. Why did you wait till the third date to kiss him?
I didn't kiss him.
Oh, you were waiting on him to kiss you.
Yeah.
Well, okay, talk about
kiss somebody first.
Talk about what you're gonna do to set yourself apart. I think that was smart that he waited till the third date.
I'm not setting myself apart.
I'm so confused. What do you mean? I think it's cute that he waited till the third date. Because you probably wanted to kiss him on the first and second date.
Yeah. No, it was great. But like, if he wouldn't have kissed me by the third date, I'd have been like, he doesn't like me. He just wants to be friends.
Oh.
Because usually when you're like dating people, you get a kiss by at least the second date.
Okay.
I like second dates. First date's a little too much for me because I'm still like nervous. Second date, because you want to make sure you're physically compatible with that person.
Like when your lips touch.
Yeah, because like imagine like hanging out with someone for 3 times, and then on the third date they kiss you and it's a horrible kiss, and you're like, well, crap. Like I really enjoyed spending time with you, but physically, like this is just not gonna do it.
Did sparks fly? Like were you instantly like, ooh?
I really enjoyed the kiss. We were also both very drunk.
Did it just stop at a kiss?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was it.
Yeah.
All right, so a peck on date 3.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what? When did you plan the date? Because you planned the date for you guys. You did the park.
I planned that date.
Oh.
No, I didn't plan that date. Sorry, I lied. I planned the 4th date.
Okay, so number 4, you planned.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. It's like he planned a lot.
He was the planner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because a lot of times you're going on dates and by like the second date, the guy's like, so what do you want to do? And it's like, can you just plan it? It's not that hard to like find a restaurant.
Right, you don't want to pick.
Yeah.
Okay, so then when was the first time you had your first sleepover?
On the 3rd date.
Third date? I thought it was just a kiss. No, did you not just say?
I did say that.
Was it a lie or did you just kiss and
We're
spend the
going
night?
into every detail.
We don't have to. I don't know. I thought so.
No, we had a sleepover on the 3rd date.
All right, so 0 to 100.
He's probably gonna be like, I did not expect you to tell every single story.
Listen, I'm just glad he couldn't come.
I guess this is the job that we just haven't done it in so long.
We could cut this part out and then he won't hear it on audio.
Nah, it's fine.
Okay, we'll leave it.
No, you can have a sleepover and be very respectful, Alex Bennett.
No, I'm asking the question. I don't know. I'm wondering.
No, I guess he never mentioned he doesn't live in New York.
Okay, where does he live?
So I guess that's like something I skipped over that's pretty important.
Yes.
Yeah, so he lives in Connecticut. And Connecticut.
It was like you were going to be like, he lives in Texas, Michigan. Like,
he lives in California.
He's a train right away. Works in the city, right?
Yeah.
So we see, okay, so it's kind of just like a.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 45-minute train ride away. It's so easy.
Which is nice,
yeah.
I think.
Well, so it is nice, but it is hard because it is like a long-distance relationship sometimes because you have to like really plan and be intentional about when you're going to see each other next.
Right.
But that is the reason why he spent the night, because I wasn't going to send him home on the train that late at night. That would have been cruel.
That would be mean of you.
Yeah, I would never.
Was the sleepover planned or did it just happen?
No, so in my head, I was not expecting that to happen because I'm a very well-behaved individual and I don't like to be physical with guys until later on. Because we've talked about that in the pod.
We have.
Because not that you can't sleep with the guy on the first date, but like we've just talked about it. Like I don't do that anymore.
Okay, so date 3 now, is this like a Wednesday night or what night is this? Because doesn't he
This
just
is Saturday.
Oh,
This is my first ever weekend date.
he doesn't have work the next day, so we can't spend the night.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never gone on a weekend date.
How was the Oh, because we used to talk about like what nights you were allowing people.
Yeah.
So he gets a Saturday night?
Yeah.
Oh man, you did like him.
You know what we can thank?
What?
Our Pink Whitney tour, because we were gone like every Monday through Thursday.
Right. So then you had your weekends available and you really liked him and you wanted to hang out with him.
Yeah, I wanted to see him, and I was like, well, it's either Saturday or never, so I guess I'll just do it.
Quick pause to talk about bad and good hair days that are on the way with our lovely sponsor, OUAI, spelled O-U-A-I, pronounced way. Okay, I've been living on dry shampoo, and I know you have too, but guys, rest assured, it's okay, because OUAI is here to help us with all of our hair needs. It's the absolute best, and it's the cutest, most sophisticated packaging ever. Specifically, I'm obsessed with the OUAI's hair oil.
Yes, I love the OUAI's hair oil because the floral fragrance makes my hair smell so good. I get really dry everything in the winter, especially hair. And this hair oil literally leaves my hair smelling good, looking good, and I always get compliments on how good I smell. It's like walking through the streets of Paris type of smell. Like I just feel so put together.
Oh my God, you had me at Paris. Whether you have, it doesn't matter if you've got fine, thick, medium hair, OUAI is perfect for you. That's the best news. So to get your fast fix for healthy looking hair, go to THEOUAI.com and use code GIRL for 15% off at any purchase. That's THEOUAI, theway.com with code GIRL. Enjoy.
When did you fall for him? When were you like, okay, now I like this guy?
I started liking him on the 4th date.
The one you planned?
Yeah.
What was the turning point for you?
It was like, because you know when you talk to somebody and like you really want to get deep with them and vulnerable, it's like you kind of open Pandora's box, and it was just like on that 4th date, we really got vulnerable, and I was like, oh my God, you're so easy to talk to. You have emotional intelligence. You have depth. Like you're different. And I just remember we were in the park and drinking wine and eating really good food, and I was like, I like you.
Oh, so then you were like, okay, so then from there, when you decide, okay, I like you, did you let the guard down? Because I think letting your guard down for you is hard.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. So then after the 4th date, were you kind of like, all right, I like him, I trust him, like the EQ probably made you feel safe?
Yes, but you know how that you get a little scared when you start to like somebody? That kind of kicked in, and then I think I kind of went a little backwards, and I was like, oh, I don't really like liking somebody because that means you can get hurt, you have to be vulnerable, and it's just like, ugh, this is so frustrating. So I feel like, I can't really remember exactly, but I think both happened where I was like, oh, I like him, but also I like him, so now I don't want to, I was like, I don't want to, no, this is bad.
Okay, and how did he handle that? Did he notice it, and did he he never even noticed it?
I don't think he ever noticed it.
Okay. At this point, are you guys texting each other like every day? Are you calling each other saying good morning? Like, what's the vibe there?
Oh yeah, we texted nonstop.
All day, every day?
All day, every day.
From the get-go?
Like novels.
Okay, cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so now are we just dating him, and are we like, what's happening in the world after the 4th date when you decide like I'll fall for him?
I love that you just threw that deep, that nicely phrased sentence in there. Yes, I was just dating him.
Okay, I'm just like
at this
clarifying.
point, because we did talk about the podcast. It's important to date multiple people at once.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, but
okay.
I was just dating him at this point.
All right, so we're just dating him, and we're like, I like him, and now we're talking every day to this person. So things are starting to flow. So now are we going on consistent dates? Like, are we seeing each other twice a week?
Yeah, we would usually do like one weekday, one weekend, because we had a long distance relationship.
Okay, because we were a flight away. So it was like we would very in detail plan the after work, and then on the weekends you would have like a sleepover or something.
Yeah.
Okay, when did he take you to the winery?
That was the 5th date.
Okay, because this one you liked. I went back and I searched boyfriend, he's a name, in my phone, and I saw the date when you were like, he took me to a winery. She loves wineries.
I do, yeah. So that's another thing too. It's like to set yourself apart, listen to the person you're dating, and plan a thoughtful date around something that they like to do. Yeah. And it was the most thoughtful date anyone's ever planned in my entire life. And I've been on a lot of dates. And he took me to a winery in Red Hook, and it was winery. You guys know what it is. You drink wine. It was great. And it was on the water, and we went to a restaurant. You take the ferry. It was a very cute day, but it was like, it wasn't the fact like what we exactly did. It was that somebody listened to what I like to do, and they tailored a date around my like favorite thing in the world, which is drinking wine.
And I remember you said this detail too, like after you left the wine place, is it a vineyard or is it a winery? It's a winery? After you were there.
I don't remember.
Okay. He knew what restaurant you were going to and you loved that. Like you guys just walked out and he was like, hey, we're going here. And you were like, oh my gosh, like I don't have to plan anything. Like he had just done it.
I didn't have to think about anything.
Yeah.
Which is so rare.
Then I pulled up a text after that date, like the next day.
I tell you too much.
Well, I just don't delete those text messages. So I was reading, and then she texted me, and she was like, "I really like boyfriend," and I didn't respond. And then the next text you sent me was like 30 minutes later, and you go, "I really miss him," and I was like, "Oh, I've heard you say you like somebody, but I never heard you say I miss somebody."
Yeah, because we were on our Pink Whitney tour, so I like forget that throughout our dating we were like intertwined with the Pink Whitney tour, which like I said, we were gone for we would leave like Monday or Tuesday, and then we would get back like Thursday. Mm-hmm. So I was with you, and I'd be like, I miss blah blah blah.
Yeah, and I was like, wow. And I would ask you about him periodically, and I was used to her saying after like 2 dates, you'd be like, I don't really talk to him anymore. I don't really like him, or I'm not sure. But with this one, it was like every single time you liked him more and more, and I was like, oh boy. Because we had some like furniture.
Swindler.
Clifford.
Club Rat. What?
Who's Club Rat?
Who's Clifford?
Clifford was the first guy. Yeah. We had been through a lot and nicknamed them all. Uh-huh. But this nickname is Boyfriend, which is, revolutionary. So, and then I went back through my texts, and then you texted me on like a week after that one, and you said, I really, really like him. And I was like, oh my gosh.
I know.
So then he asks you.
Oh, yeah. He asked me to be his girlfriend.
Okay. This is my favorite. So I, disappeared off the face of the planet for 2 weeks. And
oh my God, yes.
And we're going to meet for the first time at Bagel Pub. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, meet me at Bagel Pub at 10 a.m. and then we'll go record at 11. And I got there at 9:55, which is revolutionary because I knew she'd be there like 9:45.
Yeah.
So I got there and she wasn't there. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot to clarify the Bagel Pub by the office. She's like, I know. And I was like, oh, well, are you inside? Like I'm outside with my luggage. She's like, no, I'm going to be there at 10:01. And I was like, well, who died? And she like walks in and she's like, hi. And I'm like, hey. And then she's like, I got to talk to you. And I was like, okay. And what'd you say?
I was like, I have a boyfriend.
I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it.
After I was like, okay, Alex, just for like 1 second, we have to be really happy. I have a boyfriend, then we can get into business.
I was like, oh my. And I was like, I knew something was, and he had dropped you off because he's a car.
Because we have a long distance relationship.
Because he's an airplane away and rents a car when he gets to town. Yeah. And you were like, I have a boyfriend. And you know the thing, ever since that moment, you have not stopped glowing. You do that right there. You do that thing where you're like constantly giddy and happy, and it is the sweetest thing on the entire planet. Mm-hmm. That right there. Yeah,
okay,
that deserves.
So much easier to talk about this when we're in a room.
No, it's so sweet.
Yes, I have a boyfriend. I know, on the phone with Mim today.
What?
Just like even on the phone with Mim today, he like talks about it. I'm like,
Speaking of Mim, he just flashed me a question. Are you in love?
All right, Brandon, Mim. That's the reaction I'm going to get.
Is that a yes or a no?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Stop.
Well, okay, so we were on our call today with Mim, and so what she kept saying to me, I've heard a lot of bad things about boys, and from you.
Yeah.
And not like, and a couple good, but with him, with boyfriend, you'll always go, I'll be like, so how's boyfriend? And you're like, oh my gosh, he's so good. There's nothing I don't like about him. I love him. And I'd be like, that's like so adorable that like you like love the idea of him. And then today on the call, Mim was like, Jordan, are you in love? And I'm like, and she's like, well, yeah. And I was like, what? And she was like, I tell you every time you ask me I'm in love. And I was like, no, you say, I love him. And you were like, yeah, I love him. And I was like,
I love him.
That's exactly how you say it. Okay, so when did
so I thought you knew.
I guess I did technically know.
Yeah.
But can we get that moment?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So, well, first we should like talk about him asking me to be his girlfriend.
We should do that first.
So, as you know, I am a little bit of a pushy person.
Okay.
And I feel like I always tell him, like, did I ever force you to ask me to be your girlfriend? Like, you didn't feel forced, did you? Because you know me. I just kind of like dance around something.
Blink twice if you're.
No, I'm like, did I force you? Did I force you to ask me to be your girlfriend?
Answer me.
But I went to Connecticut for the first time, and I like spent the whole weekend with him, and it was like such a great weekend. It was so much fun. And then I came back, and he was going to a wedding, and he was going to spend the night at my apartment that night because he was like in the city. And I was like with my girlfriends. We were celebrating one of my friends' birthdays. And the whole time I was like, dang, I like miss him. I'm like, I wonder what he's doing. He's at a wedding. I wish I was at the wedding with him, like all this stuff. And I'm like, this is weird. Like, I haven't felt this way. I was like, and I remember Alana was there, and she like asked me something. And I think about like him being my boyfriend. And in my head, I was like, well, no, it's like too soon. And she like made a comment, and she was like, it's not too soon. Like, I think she said like Mike asked her after like a few weeks or something. And I was like, well, it's been a few months. And so I was just like thinking about it. And then he came over that night. And then that morning we were just like talking. And I kept like dancing around it. And I'd be like, because he'd be like, I like you so much. And I was like, what does that mean?
Oh my.
And then I'd be like,
explain that.
and he's like, well, I don't want to see anybody else. I'm like, what does that mean?
Give it a title if you had to.
I'm like, what does that mean exactly? And he's like, I don't want you to see anybody else. I'm like, what does that mean exactly? He's like, I want you to be my girlfriend.
You're like, I thought you never asked.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, really? I had no idea.
That's what you meant?
You want me to be your girlfriend?
I accept.
Yeah, I was like, I guess I could fit it in. Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
I was so excited. I was like, yes, of course. Yeah.
Wait, that's really cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in your apartment when this is happening?
Yeah. I was in my apartment.
Did you kiss after that?
Of course we did.
Oh.
No, we just like high-fived and then he went home. So then, I don't know.
Wait, that was like what, 3 months in? 2 months in?
Well, from meeting him,
Yeah.
like it was like a month and a half.
Okay. So then the I love you is how far after that?
Like 2 weeks.
And were you like, did you make him say that, or he got there on his own?
So we were in so it happened after when we were still working at Barstool. It happened, I think one of the days, it might have been the day of when the tweet came out. I can't remember, but it was the day that you and I were just going through it. And I was just in a bad mood. I was just like so overwhelmed. And I was like, I'm just sad and overwhelmed. But then we went on a date, and we just did something casual. Like we just drank wine. But I was like, I was sad, but I like knew I really, really liked him because I had like felt it a different day.
And then felt the love a different day?
Yeah.
Okay, when you say you felt it, what is that? Were you like, you wanted to say it kind of thing? Or you like looked at him and you were just like, I love you?
Well, I hugged him, and in my head I said, I love you. And I was like, oh, I'm so glad I did not say that out loud.
Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, so that's what you meant by felt it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when we had drank like 2 or 3 bottles of wine, I can't remember. And I had a long day at work, okay? I was stressed out. I was emotional. And we were
I thought you were going to say glasses of wine.
No, you know me. I can't just have a glass of wine. I have a bottle.
I stop at
3.
1.
And we were in the taxi on the way home, and I can't remember exactly what I said. Oh, he said like he was like he's like, I like you so much, and
No, you did not say what does that mean. Oh my God.
I don't remember exactly what I said, but I was just like, I think I actually did. I like asked him, I was like, what does that really mean? Like, what does that even mean? You like me a lot.
Define it.
And he was like, I love you, and I was like, oh,
God, I love you too.
wait, that's so crazy. I love you too. Usually I'm a little bit of a pusher.
It's perfect. It's like, I wouldn't want it any other way. It's like the best. Okay.
I'm a control freak.
What does it mean? He's like, I love you.
See how girls are listening. She's like, what does that mean exactly?
There you go. That's a good way.
Yeah.
Well, what is the next segment?
I don't know. Do you want to have a special guest on stage?
Yes. Can we FaceTime him? Please.
You're so annoying.
Let's FaceTime the boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
Or we could do him one better.
He's here, Alex.
Do you think he would come up here?
I think he would.
Do you want to say his name?
You can say his name.
Pete. Come on! Yay!
Quick a pause to talk about Jordan's favorite product on the planet, LUME. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the best whole body deodorant, the first of its kind. It is seriously safe. It is created by an OB/GYN, which is very important. It is clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours, which is why she always smells good. It's aluminum-free, baking soda-free, and paraben-free. What do you love about it?
So my favorite is the whole body deodorant. I was using the same deodorant my entire life, and I started to notice I was getting BO on a regular basis. I've talked about this a lot in other episodes, especially around my period. So one day my mom was like, you need to try a new deodorant because your body's becoming immune to it. She handed me the peony rose scented whole body deodorant. I smelled so good. My dad even complimented me. He's like, why do you smell so good? And I didn't have perfume on or anything. It was literally just the deodorant.
This girl loves it.
And I woke up the next day, still smelled good. And to this day, I'm obsessed with it. It does not leave a residue on my clothes, and it does not leave like that sticky feeling either. It's the best deodorant on the market.
So you guys control body odor anywhere with the @LUME deodorant and get $5 off your starter pack. That's over 40% off with promo code MEANGIRL at lumepodcast.com. That's LUME podcast.com, and use code MEANGIRL for 40% off, aka $5 off your starter pack, and enjoy.
The boyfriend.
His friends are here, and I was like, oh, they picked a good day to come.
I bet they were all like trying to put a face to the thought.
Of him coming up on stage?
Did anyone think he was here? Did you guys all know it? Yeah, they all knew it.
Did the front row give it away? For the record, my hinge prompts were not that bad.
Were they not?
They
Do you
were.
remember one of them?
I don't,
Oh.
but we can go back.
You
and we
love
can find
Dua
that.
Lipa. You.
Dua Lipa.
You.
I mean, who doesn't? Come on.
It was like, I love Dua Lipa. I can kind of cook. And. Oh, God, what was it? It was obviously not impressive because I can't remember it. And then, I never even got into this, but he lied about living in New York. His location was Midtown East, and he lived in Connecticut.
When did I tell you that, though?
Was it our before? No, it was before our
before the
first date.
first date.
Yeah. And
I
then,
made sure to do that.
but then, I was like, okay, so when are you moving to the city? And he was like, so this was July. And he was like, September. And I was like, oh, that's fine. Like a month and a half. He's not moving to New York until the end of November.
Let me ask you this.
I still haven't moved.
Yeah, he still hasn't moved.
I still live in
We're
Connecticut
We're
now.
still doing long distance.
Oh, I know.
He's like a public speaker at work, so he's probably just loving this. He's just like,
Oh,
better-
yeah, it's probably easy
He's better
for
than
him.
us.
It's not
He
hard.
can actually look at the audience. I can't. He's like, da, 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 da.
I know. I was like, it's so much to ask somebody to come up here. Like, it's your first podcast and your public speaking. And he's like, I'm good. I got it.
I
And
can't
I was
even
like,
look at
oh,
him. I'm like,
perfect. Wait, would you have swiped on him if it said Connecticut?
well, my location wouldn't have gone that far. But if he would have told me, we actually met his family the other day. Did I tell you that? Yeah, I did tell you that.
did know.
And we talked about this, and they were like, if he would have been like, yeah, I'm moving in, let's say December 1st, would you have continued the conversation? And I would not have.
And she means that.
Yeah, no, because that, you know how long that is? July to December doing long distance.
6 months. It's not that long. a
Yes,
distance.
it is.
If you can drive it, I think. Do you think it's long distance?
It is long distance.
I don't think that's fair.
We have to it's long distance.
It is long distance.
In
We do-
planner
we do have to
time,
plan.
it's
We-
like
Yeah,
3
yeah.
hours.
But what works out is we're both planners.
Yes, he's the biggest planner ever.
So I think that helps.
Okay, I have some questions for you.
Let's go.
I was gonna ask Jordan and you both, but we know. So, what did you first like about her?
Yeah. What'd you first like about me? What does
it
tell
mean?
me.
Yeah, what does that really
What does that mean?
I think the first thing that stood out was you were telling me your story about how you came to New York. First of all, your life dream to move to New York. And then you wanted to work for Barstool for a very long time. You wanted to not basically be in the social media space, but you wanted to be like a newscaster and things like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, she really knows what she wants, and she goes for it, and she gets it. And that was attractive. This is aside from looks, obviously. We can't. I don't want to go
Yeah.
down the
besides
physical
my
route.
looks, obviously.
But yeah, that was the first thing. I was like, wow, she is actually knows exactly what she wants, and she knows how to get it. So that was probably the first thing that stood out for me.
Wow, that's
you.
a great answer.
I could like sit up here all day listening to these things. This is great.
Okay, give us another one.
Do I ask this back?
Well,
No.
Well, I think it was.
this is my time to shine.
But I think I did. But I think you said it was that he was a planner, right? Didn't I ask that the first thing?
Oh yeah. Like
the hook 'em.
Yeah, I really appreciated that he.
He was careful with your time.
Yeah, he
that's
was-
so big to you.
He was very considerate. Like I feel like when our date ended, like within 24 hours, I knew the next time I was going to see him.
Good job.
Yeah.
That's natural to both of you, which is nice.
Yeah.
Even with the edited text.
Yeah. God, that was like PTSD.
Did you see it that night?
This is,
I think you did.
you guys need to know this. We said goodbye, and I'm walking down her block as you text me.
Because I got so excited about my lease.
I know, but I watched her edit text.
You did.
Like, I saw the original, and
No.
I watched the edit, and I was like, what does this mean?
Because it's like drastic, the two.
Yeah.
It's like, it was so great.
Okay, I didn't like think he'd be this good on stage. It's kind of annoying because he's getting like laughs and I like just didn't really get anything. It's just great.
Well, it was nice having you, Pete. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just kidding. No, you're not done
My
yet.
time's over.
No, yeah, no, like I forgot that like in real time he saw me edit the text. Because I like did it within seconds, but his phone was open and he was just like, wait, what just happened?
I walked away like, she doesn't want to see me again. And then saw the edited text. I was like, she does not want to see me again.
Yeah, because
Like,
you were like, do you want to hang out? Like, you were like, I would love to see you again. I was just like, I like stumbled over my words. It was very awkward. And I was like, I'm just an idiot. This is so stupid.
But you were like my lease.
But my
You were just like,
lease-
but I like you, but
Priorities.
hold on.
no,
Correct.
literally, I was like, literally all I could think about was like, I don't want to be homeless. I need an apartment.
That's where her mind goes there.
Yeah.
I was like, you live with me. Okay, I have now, have you guys had a first fight? And if so, what was it?
Yes, we have.
Okay.
you could go first.
Different first fights or?
No, it was the night that he met you.
Oh!
Yeah.
Did I have something to do with it?
No.
I don't want to know now if it
Right
is.
before we met you.
Yeah, no, I don't want to blame this because every girl will get mad, but I was PMSing. And I was very emotional and stressed. We were planning our live shows. I was overwhelmed. I technically don't have a job.
It's an automatic pass.
I'm getting my period.
It's not your fault.
I'll take a little blame.
There we go.
I did a couple of things that
Yes,
I
thank you.
may have slipped up a little bit on a few minor things.
We're gonna have to get a detail. What did we slip up on? Just a little detail. Like, was it a plan? Or give us an area. Was it planning? Was it a gift?
It was planning related.
Okay,
It was,
yeah. You were slacking on the planning a little bit.
Mm.
we were going to meet you, her friend.
No, we were meeting your friends the night before.
Oh yeah, the night
Yeah.
before. Okay.
And
So-
I was like, what time are we going? I'll get the Uber. Let me figure out the subway track. Let me. You should not have opened this box. We closed it very nicely the other day.
Yeah.
Wrap it up and put a bow on it.
did.
Okay.
It's just not tight.
So, it's not tight. Okay, so that's good. So we have had our first fight.
Yeah.
We're all right.
I did apologize. I definitely overreacted, but I was just, you know what? I mean, like we literally put this not to not take responsibility for my actions, but we've been stressed and we've been going through a lot, and I was just like very overwhelmed, and I was like, you know how it's been.
No, totally. So knowing that, like that she's in that state, are you like on high alert, or like how do you handle that? Knowing that she
walking on eggshells.
no, but
I'm just kidding.
Whatever.
I'm
no,
joking,
but like,
I'm joking.
but like knowing when high stress situations, are you like, how do you handle things like that? Are you more apt to be like words of affirmation? Oh, he just flat.
Calm as a
Oh.
cucumber.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I would say it takes a lot to get a rise out of me typically. So I know what's going on, like
Yeah.
play by play throughout the day with what's going on with you guys. So I take that into account for sure. But also I'll admit, yeah, there's things that I'm at fault for. I'm not gonna blame it all on you. So
Thank you.
I think we could tie the box back up.
Yeah, I think we should tie that.
That was sweet. Okay, all right.
I know Alex was like gave me the list. I'm like, we should probably cut the fighting question. He's like, no, let's talk about it. I'm like, all right, let's talk about it. Let's go.
If
fair.
that's
No.
true.
Do you guys want that stuff?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Everyone
Yes.
loves drama. We're not perfect, you guys, okay?
There you go. I was
We
gonna say
fight.
you gotta have like the ups and the downs.
And it's healthy to fight. You need it's like if you like I feel like you really do need to have an argument within the first few months of a relationship because like if you have a fight, let's say 6 months deep, and you like don't have compatible like arguments or I don't say argument styles, but like way you handle problems.
Yeah.
Like that's not good.
Right. You have to know that you can communicate well and
Yeah.
get through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, what surprised you most about each other? It could be good or bad or funny. But the more you got to know each other, we're like, oh, I never saw that coming.
She's a really good singer and dancer. I'll walk around the corner of the kitchen and she's like pulling the dishes out and she's singing and dancing and no, it's I think it's like when you first meet somebody and you both have these like walls up,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't see like every little thing that goes on. I think as we've got to know each other, the walls have come down a lot and yeah, she's just like busting moves all over the place and like
The
talking
feet thing.
the feet thing, talking in different accents. Sometimes I'm like, was that you who just said that? Like, it was like so out of nowhere. But yeah, I think that's my favorite thing.
Like the cute little quirks.
Cute little quirks.
Okay,
yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that. That's a good answer. And his?
So like when remember how I told you like his first comment to me on Hinge was kind of like that he was like a little bit of like a shithead.
Mm-hmm.
I always would say to him, and because he's like so polite and like as you guys can tell, like the nicest person ever. And I'm like, I feel like there's like this shithead side of you that like you're not showing me. And like every once in a while, it's never like mean, but he'll like say something. I'm like, oh, I see it coming out because like he just seems like so perfect. But like every once in a while, he'll say something like, oh, interesting.
Is
Okay.
it like sassy or like funny or like
It's like-
assholey or
It's like funny and sassy. I wouldn't say assholey because I'm never like, oh, that was rude. I'm like, oh wait, okay.
Okay.
A little bite to you.
ooh, a little spice?
Yeah, a little spice.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
You don't agree?
I don't know what to say about that.
No comment.
No comment.
You got a no comment.
No comment on that one.
Okay, so my next question is, have you been, I know you're a planner, but have you had your hand slapped for being late yet with this one?
Am I ever late?
No. I don't like I'm not kidding you. Like if he's like, I'm gonna be over at 5:45, he's over at like 5:45. Like my doorbell will ring.
Oh man, you guys are made for each other.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, no hand slappings yet.
Yeah, no, he's been good about that.
That's incredible.
Okay, my turn. I'm sick of you guys asking each other questions. I have a game I want to play with you guys.
With us two?
Yeah. I want to see who knows me better.
Oh.
Because you lost last night.
Barely. By like half a point.
You still lost.
I still
okay?
lost. If Pete beats me in this, I'm gonna be pissed.
I can't let you win this.
Probably will. And then
that's
I am.
No!
So I'm gonna ask you guys questions and you have to put it up.
This is you on a stick. This is like a wedding shower. I should have wrote a maid of honor speech. That's cute.
I know Brandon cut these or had his kids cut them. I don't know. And he's like, yeah, to cut the braid out and the earrings. And I'm like, Brandon, I look like a boy.
You look adorable. I love this picture.
So we didn't want to like hurt people's ears by like with a buzzer. So just like keep them down and like lift them up.
Okay.
But I have questions.
Are these questions fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course they are. Oh, these are the Q&A questions for.
Oh no, I feel like you're gonna beat me in this.
I mean, what should you do if he does beat you?
I don't know. What are you gonna do if I beat you?
We're gonna open another box.
We're gonna what?
Open up another box.
Oh
you gotta put a bow
yeah.
on.
You're gonna have to train home to Connecticut tonight.
Ooh.
Okay. We're gonna start off very easy. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Oh, do you guys want to keep about the same level? Okay. When is my birthday? Oh, she was okay.
June 11th. June 13th.
June 14th.
Are you kidding me, Alex?
I'm bad with number. Anything with a number, and I knew it was in June. I knew it was in the earlier part before the 15th.
July 1st, 1993.
Yeah.
That's yours.
At least I want to take the first stab. All I wanted to do was have my paddle up before. Okay, fine.
Can you say the full birthday?
June 14th, 1994.
5.
5.
But I'll give it to you.
I would have gotten the year.
Oh, I'm so happy. Jesus. Okay, second question. What's my zodiac sign?
Libra.
She's quicker to the punch, but I know it. It's Gemini.
Yeah, what?
It could be argued that I'm letting him win.
No, what is happening right now?
You're Libra rising.
I am Libra rising.
You're always talking about you identify more with Libra rising.
But did I say what's my rising sign? I said what's my zodiac sign.
Which one are you more like, Libra?
No, I said what's my zodiac sign. I didn't say what's my rising sign.
It's Libra. You're always talking about Libra.
What's my moon sign?
the Sagittarius?
Capricorn.
Capricorn.
You guys never heard any of this. I don't know any of this.
We met his family and his dad was like,
You knew them all.
oh no, I've trained him. His dad was like, what's your zodiac sign? I was like, I love you.
Oh my God.
Have you seen the meme of the son that texts his mom and he's like, what day and hour was I born? And the mom responds, stay away from her.
Yeah, I am that. Yeah.
I almost always forward you that.
I'm so worried about you, Alex, because they're just gonna get harder. Okay. Now think before you flip. Okay. Where is the number one place I want to travel?
No.
You did it first.
New Zealand.
Yes. What were you gonna? What were you gonna say?
Napa. You want to go to Napa really bad.
But if I had a free ticket, I'm going to New Zealand.
Yeah. Okay, well, maybe.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
3-0.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
If I wasn't doing this, what would my dream job be? Okay.
Own a coffee shop and a wine store.
Okay.
Thank you. You didn't even have a chance there, did you?
No, I knew the answer.
I mean, he's
You're
winning
right.
1, 2, 3, 4-1.
Let's
No,
make it-
3-1.
We'll make it
3-1.
competitive.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
What's my brother's name?
Colton.
Okay.
Boom, got
Okay.
him.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, she said they're gonna get harder.
3-2. 3-2. 5 more to go. Where did I go to college?
No way.
North Dakota State.
Yes.
University, NDSU.
North Dakota State.
University.
North Dakota. No, I didn't go to the University of North Dakota. I went to North Dakota State.
NDSU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
He forgot the U.
You got it right. It's just, I say North Dakota State. You literally told somebody today on the phone I went to South Dakota.
I started there and then I got to.
I wore my NDSU sweatshirt on the call today to give you a hint.
Literally interchangeable, the two. Dakotas.
No. Okay. Besides New York City, what's my favorite place in the U.S.?
Miami.
Okay, I got that right.
No, whatever it is.
Oh my God, no, I got that wrong.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, I get that right.
You're lying up
The-
Yeah,
what is-
sorry.
Newport, Rhode Island?
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, Rhode
Okay,
Island.
no, sorry.
It's Rhode
We
Island.
did this yesterday, which, no.
Sorry, it's Rhode Island, but I'll give it to you because yes, okay. Rhode Island is my favorite place, not Miami. In my head, I was thinking yesterday's question, favorite city. That's on me.
That's
Sorry,
a default
guys.
point for this one
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here.
we're not gonna count that.
Is anyone counting? Do we know?
You're winning by
One now.
one.
Okay, let's go.
By one now? No, I'm not counting that question. That's deleted
What?
because I messed up.
You can give her the point.
Okay,
Thank you.
so okay.
So as a good sport would, the ball doesn't lie, so whoever gets this one.
Okay, what was my first job out of college?
Corporate insurance.
Aeon.
Yes.
What's Aon? Corporate insurance?
Where I
Corporate
worked out of
insurance.
college.
What is it?
Corporate
Insurance.
You're right.
No, what on earth? I get that.
Yeah, you get that.
Okay.
You get that.
It's tied.
Pete, you got it. Okay.
She's not even listening to the question.
She's not. She's literally not. She's like, okay. What is my biggest pet peeve? I have 3. Okay, what?
3?
Interrupting.
Yes.
And there's 3.
No, I'm saying I have 3, and if you guess one of the 3, you get it right.
It's interrupting.
Yes.
And being late.
That was the beginning of our fight the other night.
Yeah, he was interrupting me.
I interrupted her.
I go, are you gonna let me finish my thought?
Ooh.
I was like, you're just gonna assume what I'm gonna say next?
How'd
Yeah.
that go?
Not well.
It's interrupting, being late, and then people who budge on airplanes.
On what on airplanes?
People who budge on airplanes.
Budge.
Yeah, we've talked about this. Like,
Budge?
Budge.
Stand up before it's.
Yeah.
That is the worst.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
worst, yeah.
Okay, last question. I think
If I get it right, it's a tie because he's beating me by 1. This is a nail biter.
Then we have to do a tiebreaker.
Okay. We'll do a drinking game. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, ready? What is my biggest fear? He did flip it up first.
Let's get this wrong. Ooh, good luck.
Biggest fear.
How about that?
Oh,
You better win.
dying alone.
Yeah. I know everyone's like, oh shit.
Abandonment.
That's a good one.
Every day. Still
then
like
sharks.
And then sharks.
Because I have 3, so guess one.
Is there a fire situation?
No, getting buried alive.
That's yes.
Yeah. So Pete wins.
Common fears.
By 2? But it was a great comeback by me.
That was a good
you.
comeback, but Pete did win. Shake.
Oh, good job. That was a good game. Those were good questions.
Thank you. You can keep that.
Keep this?
No, you can keep this. The head, like my head on a stick.
I love your head on a stick.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is great.
Thank you, Pete.
Yes, thank you, Pete. You were fabulous.
Wasn't that fun?
Those were good questions.
Weren't they good?
Yes.
Okay, so now we have a little audience Q&A.
Oh my gosh, we do.
Obviously,
Yes.
you're going to read it. 'Cause
I'm
why
gonna
would
read
I
them.
ever read them?
There, let's see. All right. Well,
And say who wrote them.
this is from my mother, and we already know it. But Jordan, how many frogs have you had to kiss to get to your prince?
Oh, so many. Too many to count. And a lot of ones that steal my money, who dragged me to the club, who were furniture.
Furniture. And now by furniture, we mean he was just, it's like always there.
Yeah, I was just bored. Yeah. Or I was bored.
And we never talked about a guy on a podcast except for furniture. And then I ran right into him in a line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I said,
Well, we talked about the club rat too on the podcast, but
yeah, we did. That's right.
yeah.
Okay. So we're not going to put a number on it.
No.
Okay, Jordan, what stuck out about Pete's Hinge profile and or conversation that led to your interest? I think we know.
Yeah, we talked about that. I just thought it was like condescending. That's the right term.
They were condescending answers.
Yeah, like they were just kind of like, oh, okay. Let's see what you got next.
Okay, so they left you interested.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. Well, this one's from Anna. It's a good one.
Oh, God.
How long did you wait until you slept together? That's part 1.
Where is Anna?
Part 2 is...
That was from Kelly.
Anna's in the bathroom, conveniently. Anna's in the bathroom line. That's part 1. Part 2, I'll just give you, so you don't have to give away all the details. Then I'm going to ask you, how was it? And then I'm going to ask you, is it better now? So how long did you wait until you slept together? Date 3? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm assuming.
No,
because you
we
spent the night.
didn't. Remember, it was we slept together platonically on date 3.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't have sex on date 3.
Oh. I thought you were kidding.
No,
Oh, okay. Well, when did you?
I was dead serious, Alex Bennett.
I would have asked that then. Okay, so when was it?
I think date 4.
Oh my God, excuse me.
Big difference.
Woo, okay, date 4. And then how was it?
It was good, but obviously it's gotten better. I'm so awkward.
Okay, so it's gotten like significantly better.
Yeah.
Okay, cute. Are you top or? I'm just kidding.
I was like, all right, it's my bedtime. It's almost 9 o'clock.
Bye. Okay, this one's from Katie. She's like, I'm not okay. Okay. Got it. I hadn't read it before this. I hate the apps. Please give me some hope and advice for navigating the swiping.
Okay.
You're a success story.
I mean, I hated the apps too. I literally was like, I'm never gonna meet somebody on the apps ever. And I feel like you just have to put the thought, like the stereotype around it. Like everyone's like, well, I don't want to say I like met somebody on an app. So you have to, and you also have to treat it like a job. Like I was like on it every day. I was very intentional about it. You can't just like go on it every once in a while. You have to like very much so be prepared to go on it every day. Make sure you're responding to the people that message you. You also message people and like be intentional about who you're picking. Like I told you, my therapist was always like, if they don't have intentional prompts, they don't actually want to be on the app.
That's a good point.
And then don't just look at people's looks, which is hard because we're human and it's pictures of people, but you just have to be like very intentional. That's the best way I can think about it. But it was like a full-time job.
Oh, so you have to like fully commit to it. Like,
Yeah.
Don't halfway do it.
No, you can't half-ass it. You're not going to meet somebody on an app that's like a good person if you're half-assing it.
Okay, so go all in.
You got to go all in and put your ego aside.
Oh, the ego aside's a good one on that, I feel like. Okay, I like that. Best and worst pickup line, and do they work?
I feel like pickup lines are bad in general.
So they don't work. So you're like, no.
I know, and I feel like, no. I've never heard a pickup line where I'm like, wow,
That was good.
that was so good. But it like makes you laugh, I guess.
Okay, that's true.
Like if a guy does it in like funny way,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't like want to date somebody because of a pickup line.
So not a cheesy one. Like you're like, it has to be like creative and funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, who's your favorite guest you've ever had on the pod and why?
I think we both can answer that.
Okay.
Mine was Girls Gotta Eat, Raina and Ashley.
That is totally
Just
yours.
unbuttoned my skirt on accident.
Oh, I like that. Mine is, it didn't air, but
Oh yeah.
the I've Had It pod.
Yeah.
I love them. Jennifer and Pumps. They were great.
That was so fun.
Yeah, they were a blast. They were funny.
We gotta figure that out.
Yeah, we could like air it.
Probably should figure out how to get that episode back.
We get the IP.
That's
it.
Yay!
Done. Oh, that's her. She's wrapping it up.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not going to do this anymore.
I'm sick of talking about myself.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you. We never really talked about how to end this properly, so we just kind of say goodbye.
Oh, let me just say this. I'm so happy to see you so happy.
Thank you.
And I absolutely love Pete. I texted him this today. I'm like, you're the best addition. This was a group text,
Oh, yeah,
not
I
like a
did-
weird side text.
I was
like, hey, Pete. No, but when you sent me his contact, I like went to program it and had like the heart. And I was like, let me just like, I deleted the heart.
It goes through the way
Yeah,
that.
and the profile picture. So I was like,
Shut up.
bro, duh. Like, I know that.
When you share contact with people, their like whole thing comes through.
I got the blue heart and I got
All
the
right.
profile picture. And so I did some editing, but then I texted him. I said, the best part of season 2, the addition.
I didn't know that happened.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Apple needs to fix that because that could have been really inappropriate.
It could have been.
Like, what if you had someone's like a bad profile picture?
Like what?
I don't know.
I know. Yeah, I know. So be careful.
Yeah.
I think most people.
I didn't know that.
Well, I'm so happy to see you so happy.
Yay!
Yay!
And come back tomorrow for what's next for Mean Girl Pod.
That's right. We'll talk
Yeah.
about chapter 2.
We have 2 more nights to go. We appreciate everybody coming to night 1, night 2. Tomorrow is going to be what's next for us. And then night number 4 is going to be all about Alex.
Hot seat.
You're going to be in the hot seat. So you better get ready.
I will.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Yay. Good job.